everyone, and welcome back to the Motograph World channel. My name is Mari, and today we're here at a special showroom for the Ioniq 5. Well, it's a very special car and a very special showroom, so let's take a deeper look. To me, it kind of looks like a toy car or something out of a movie that they use as props. But you can see that it's quite futuristic in its overall design. For those of you who do know, this was actually from the concept car EV45, which was launched at the IAA in Frankfurt about 2 years ago. And it's also paying homage to the old pony of Hyundai Motors. But what they've done actually is they have recreated some of the design features that they showed for the 45. This is called the paragraphic pixel lights. You can see that they're kind of in little blocks. It's a little bit futuristic, but also it has design cues to the past. This is actually the size of a Tucson, the Hyundai Tucson. However, in terms of the wheelbase, it's even longer than the flagship Palisade, and it's the same 3,000 millimeters or 3 meters, just like the Odyssey. So you can really gauge how far the wheelbase is. However, the overall car isn't as big as those two models. Think of the Tucson, but a little bit lower. The wheels are 255/45 20-inch, so the wheels are also quite large. You also have the side mirror, which is using a camera, and once we go inside, you'll be able to see that we have an OLED monitor. To me, I think that it looks a little bit too big inside, but it's quite clear in terms of the camera view, and they're doing something futuristic with it. Once again, with the lights, as you saw in the front headlights, you have these pixel graphics. This makes it look a little bit more futuristic. For me, it kind of reminds me of Tetris as well. So you can see that you probably will have great visibility when you're driving from inside the car. You have the large window, and it's quite streamlined at the back. So let's now open up the trunk. Very flat and very spacious. You have the lower compartment, but not too much room. Let's try getting inside. So you have a very wide opening, and even with the height of it, it's almost to my head, so you can gauge how tall it is. Actually, it's very roomy and very spacious. So we've folded up the second row seats. You can also see that it's quite long. It's not completely flat, but nevertheless, you have a lot of room if you fold up the second row seats. So now I want to introduce to you a special function of the Ioniq 5. It's called Vehicle to Load, or V2L. Some of you may have heard it before from the Nissan Leaf. It actually allows the driver to use the electricity from the car to charge its electronic goods. So for example, if you're out camping and you want to use your blow dryer, then you can actually plug it into the car, and you'll be able to use the electricity for those appliances. So now I'm inside the driver's seat, and it's a very clean view, a clear and unhindered view. And of course, inside everything is streamlined, everything is kind of in one module, so it's very easy to navigate. As for the seats and the comfort of the seats, I think they're pretty rigid. There's not that much cushion in the side bolsters and of course the lumbar. But there is one thing that I do like, is you can actually raise the footrest. And inside the materials, they used a lot of recycled materials, even with the fabric, the leather. The fabric is made out of used plastic woven into threads. They don't have the logo here, the Hyundai logo on the steering wheel. They said that it was a new direction that they're taking, that they wanted something very clean and nothing on it. For me, it looks a little bit empty because you expect something to be on there, but it's not there. And you also have the side cameras and the OLEDs that allow you to see the camera view. For me, it's a bit big. It's protruding. It's kind of like having the side mirrors placed inside for the interior. I hope that this kind of gets streamlined later on. You also have the dual screens here, one for the digital dashboard and one for the internal controls and I guess for your navigation. Here you also have the memory seats in which you can just pre-allocate the seating positions and just with one press of a button have all of the seats inside go to that position automatically. As for the different designs and controls inside, I think that it's, well, it's kind of plasticky. It looks plastic and it looks a little bit, I don't want to say cheap, but not so luxurious as they have actually said. A lot of it is recycled plastic or bio PET that they've used, but it does seem a little bit light and maybe they could do a little bit more with the luxury. This is what they call the universal island. So basically it's a center console, but it moves back and forth about 20 centimeters. At the moment it's a little bit hard. You'll have to get used to moving it back and forth. You have 2 cup holders here and you have a lot of space inside here that you can put your bag or your goods. You also have 2 USB ports and a wireless charger. So now I'm inside the second row seats and it's very spacious. It's quite comfortable. It does kind of feel that it's an open space. Maybe it's because of the center tunnel. They don't have a center tunnel. It's a completely flat floor thanks to the structure of the EV. And of course you can also push back and forth this universal island, which is the center console. For charging options you have 2 USB ports and the seats also are quite comfortable and they have a good incline. You also have 2 cup holders on your armrest. You can put this down and when you're sitting in the center seat, it's very comfortable because there's no center tunnel and of course the seat also is quite flat. So even if you're the center person, the odd one in the middle, I think it would be a comfortable ride for you. So now let's try adjusting the backrest. It comes all the way front and it goes all the way back so that you can be at ease and quite comfortable in the back seat. So this is where the windows go down to. It doesn't go down all the way. You still have a little bit left. And it's not automatic. Well, not yet. You also have the sunshade that you can use.
The total driving range after one full charge for the Ioniq long-range version is 430 kilometers based on Korean standards. And as for the output, the rear-wheel drive is 160 kilowatts, 350 newton meters, and the all-wheel drive is 225 kilowatts and 605 newton meters.
So guys, what did you think about our review of the Ioniq 5? I personally thought that it was an interesting and great start for Hyundai Motors into the electrification era. So tell us your comments down below on the posts and remember to click subscribe. See you next time.